So you have this location, you've got distribution plans to take over the region and then the Midwest. What's the end game here? How does this end for you?
I'm just trying to have as much fun with it as I possibly can. I'm not a competitive person when it comes to beer, except for the actual competitions.
Right.
But when it comes to,
I'm not a competitive person, but have
I like
I
winning
mentioned all
awards.
the medals that I've won?
I like
5
winning
of them
awards.
since we opened the door, right?
But yeah, I've had a lot of connections with people in brewing all over the country and all over the world through the podcast and the radio.
You're constantly networking, aren't you?
Yeah, constantly networking, and it's brought up a lot of fun opportunities now that I have my own place, so I can start exploring. So,
right.
We're not planning on being the biggest brewery in the Quad Cities. We're just trying to be a fun brand that you can get anywhere.
Is anyone helping you back there, or are you doing the beer all by yourself?
Right now it's just me. I just hired an assistant who is also a previous head brewer at Geneseo Brewing. So we've brewed together at Bent River. We've both worked as head brewers at Geneseo, and now we're working together here.
Does the beer taste different when it's your place? You're not working for somebody else. I mean, it's all you. Does that make the beer taste different? It has to.
It definitely watching other people and their expressions is different when it's your place. I think I've been a head brewer at several other breweries, so it's already been, I know this product is my product, and putting it out there and having that pride from it, but having people drink my product in my own building and having everything else that's connected with it is great. And especially when it's one of those old Blue Cat brands that I know they have a relationship with and a story to tell me about it, and they're telling me that it tastes like they'd always tasted. So
that's it. I mean, like, knowing, as soon as I heard that someone was going to reopen the place, I was thrilled, because I thought, good, I can get an Arkham Stout again, right? Like,
yep.
that has been missing in my life, and now it's not going to be missing anymore. So thank you for that.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
a hell of an undertaking, young man.
It's
but
fun.
Here you are. Look at it. Who thought this was possible?
Yeah.
And you had planned to do something else.
Yeah.
And now you're here, and this is better than that would have been.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, this is way more fulfilling than starting a brand new thing from scratch. This is way more fulfilling.
Because you don't have to explain what Blue Cat is.
Yeah.
Everyone just knows.
Yeah, if anything, they're explaining to me what Blue Cat is.
He's the new guy. Yeah. He doesn't even quite understand it all yet. It's really terrific that you're back, and I'd say better than ever, but it was always pretty darn great.
Yeah.
Blue Cat Brewing Company here in Rock Island. It's back. Come check out some of your old favorite beers and some of your new favorite beers.
Absolutely.
We're in Moline, and this can get a little confusing, all right? We're at the Rebellion Brew House, which is in Moline, but the brewery is Rebels and Lion Brewing. It's a brewery that's inside of a brew house.
Correct.
And the reason that this is Rebels and Lions and that is Rebellion, I should introduce, by the way, this is Zach and Jeremy, and they're going to explain the story here. But the reason that the brewery here is separate from, although not really, but absolutely separate. Kind of explain that. It's like Schrodinger's a brewery here. It's part of the bar, but it's not part of the bar.
Well, the story kind of goes back that when, after COVID, when Jeremy had been here for a little bit at that point, we really wanted to place an emphasis on the actual brewing side of things. Before brewing here, it's not that it didn't have its place, it was more of just kind of a piece, right? And as we started to see some of the results with Jeremy's brews and everything, we really wanted to put a focus on that side of things. We were close friends with the guys over at Radical Effect. They were brought up in this conversation. They had kind of a similar instance where they had to rebrand after a certain point of time. If you go on Untapped, I think there's 7, 8 different Rebellion breweries. So as we had a mind to move forward, we just wanted to be proactive and ahead of the game, so to speak, so that we didn't run into a situation where we had to rebrand at a later date as we were really trying to move forward with what we had going in-house.
I mentioned it also bums you out, though, because when you name it, Rebellion, that's a cool name, and then you realize, well, 11 other people have had the idea. That kind of sucks some of the fun of the name. You want something that is unique and is about what you're trying to get done here.
Yeah. Original. I mean, originality. Everyone shoots for trying to be original, and We threw the Rebels and Lions into the search bar and didn't find anything.
And the fun part was the energy into doing the whole rebranding. You know, creating something brand new out of the whole thing was a really cool part of the process that everybody was involved with.
Yeah, definitely kickstarted us.
Yeah.
It
energized the brewing, it energized the beers,
the
it
staff,
energized
everybody.
It's a much better name, too. I mean, at the end of the day, you were trying to be proactive, but you probably should have been Rebels and Lions this whole time, in my humble opinion. So how does Jeremy get into the picture? You mentioned that he, came here and then you managed to make one beer and then the world kind of stopped for a while.
And we shut down. Yeah, I brewed with I'm the third brewer here, and then I brewed my beer. It was like my training day, and then we got.
And then some stuff happened. You're aware. It was in all the papers.
2020 happened.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about that. We've done that show already. You do that first beer though. You knock out of the park, and then sadly, again, some stuff happened. What do you in that downtime? Are you still making beer? Are you still working on stuff?
They let me do a few things. So what we would do is I would make just a batch, like a base of, say, like a sour, and then I would do, I do 1 barrel batches. So then I would do six barrels, and I do different variants of that. I would do a different fruited versions of that one base sour, and then we just release those because we were able to do to go.
Right on.
So we just started getting people moving in and out just after those one-off sours.
Where were you before you came here?
Home. Just home
So
brewer.
you're a home brewer.
Yeah.
That's now at the big time.
I'm a glorified home brewer now.
He said it, not us. We're big time now.